funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt full cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt full cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt full cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt full cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood.
And we're live!
We're back!
Welcome to the Underdog Journey. My name is West. This guy's David. And between the two of us, we might have one good working microphone.
So,
we are live from the Green Dragon Tavern in Boston, Massachusetts, on the anniversary of the Boston Teaparty.
Yeah, it's been great, and just to let you guys know, you're going to hear some pops and cracks. We don't know what happened, but the soundboard, the cables, the mics, the computers, the Wi-Fi, the hotspots, everything about 10 minutes ago said, you know what?
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
There it is.
You hear it. We haven't touched nothing. We ain't set. Well, actually, we're talking bad about it, so I guess it's like, hey.
It knows.
Yeah. So literally, like 10 minutes ago, everything was fine, and it said, you know what? I'm done.
Man,
I don't know what's going on here.
Rough. What is happening?
Oh, dear Lord, don't do that.
Okay.
That's bad. So anyway,
this is going to be a tough show if it keeps up like this.
It's Kirsten Carnahan says I'd tap that. So I wore this shirt on the show last week, but it wasn't really visible that much. So I made it a point to wear it again tonight, so that we could.
Our audio is rough,
dude. I don't know what happened.
So here's our working theory.
You did it.
Here's our working theory. So this is actually a real thing. If the electric that you're connected to is bad, it can actually have feedback into your equipment.
Yeah.
And this building is very, very, very old.
Yes. So we're pretty sure the kite string that. See there, and it's like, you know what? It's cool.
Out of nowhere, it's clean.
So we've been talking about seances and Ouija boards in here too. So
it's true.
Perhaps that's kind of bleeding through. Is there anyone there?
The spirit of revolution is upon us, my friends. The spirit of revolution is upon us.
So the spirit of revolution is it's kicking our butt right now. So it's on the win.
So for those of you who don't know, the Boston Teaparty, one of the leading theories is that the Boston Teaparty was actually planned at the Green Dragon Tavern, which is where we are. And today is the anniversary of the Boston Teaparty. So I can't believe that we get to be here. This is incredible.
Yeah, we get to be here. They got a pretty good house here tonight. They got a good section of it blanked off because they have a rather large party coming in about 15 minutes or so.
They do.
So it's going to get rowdy in here. So the last half of the podcast is good. But before we get rolling, because we have a guest.
We do. Our guest tonight works for the Boston Teaparty Ships and Museum here in Boston, Massachusetts. We'll introduce him when he comes on, but we're going to talk about the history of the Boston Teaparty, what led up to it, what kind of spurred on the feelings of revolution that led to this terrible audio that you're hearing right now. And I apologize for this. I'm telling you, this place is possessed.
Yeah, Kirsten says yikes. Okay, so now it's saying, all right, we're cool.
Yeah, now we're good.
Cool.
We're good.
So one of the things, to be, the electrical nerdy guy here, one of the things that a ground wire does for you is actually filter off erroneous voltages away from your equipment. And whenever you have a bad ground, you can tell because sometimes you'll get close to stuff and you'll actually it's
right.
Was it the theremin? The theremin. The theremin uses that same thing. When you get close to it, you can actually affect the wavelength of it, the EMF, the electromagnetic force of the voltage going through it, of a cable or a wire or a pole or a bolt, anything there is, it's got electric current going through it, has EMF. And yes, I'm actually flat nerding out here.
We're totally nerding out on multiple levels, but as he's moving his hands, you can see.
You can hear it, and you can watch
West,
and you can see it going through here. So I think what we've ran across is we've got 120 volts. That's great, but we may not have the greatest of grounds in this building. So we're going to suffer through it. We're going to get through it. But we have Josiah George.
Josiah George.
From the Boston Teaparty Ships and Museum. Yeah,
yes,
we're in good
Thank
shape.
you.
So right here, we have the luxury Boston breakfast tea. So if you feel like giving the big to Great Britain, and what you need to do is you need to find yourself some luxury Boston breakfast tea. You can get it at the Boston Teaparty Ships and Museum. Now, one of the things you have to know about this, because we found out this today.
Yeah.
When you're driving there, you punch it in the Googles, and the Googles is trying to get you to the spot. It'll tell you to stop in the middle of a bridge.
It literally will. We were looking at the GPS, and it's like in the middle of a river is this museum.
Yeah, well, it can't be right. Well, as you're going across the bridge, it said your destination is on the left. Well, if you look to your left, that's your destination.
It was literally in the middle of
Don't
the
park
river.
your car on the bridge. Just keep going a little bit. There's a parking garage or a parking lot down there to the right. Park it there. Guy's really nice, and get into it. So that's great. We got Josiah George. It's 7:19. He should be about ready to ping in. I told him about 7:20.
Yeah.
Is when we would be going live with him.
So while we're waiting on Josiah, though, if you're ever in the Boston area, you got to come to the Green Dragon. This place is amazing. The history in this city
Show him
is
the
incredible.
T-shirt. Show him the T-shirt.
So pick up.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages.
I'm trying not to touch any of the cables here.
Yeah,
so you
we
gotta,
have to be very
When you're
careful.
here, you got to pick up a T-shirt with the Green Dragon logo. This place is super cool, and man, I'm just nerding out on so many levels right now.
Yeah.
This is great.
And it's been awesome. And a big thank you to Noelle and all of her staff and everyone here. They got us our personal bouncer here to make sure people don't get into us. What was his name again?
I don't remember. Jalen?
Jalen. That's
Jalen.
it. Jalen.
Yes.
Yeah,
We have
he's over
Jalen,
there.
our personal security
Personal
here.
security. He's got us locked in. Nobody's getting close to us over in the corner. And everybody, I mean, we've got people over here staring, looking. We've had several people already walk up as
Yes.
we were setting up.
We're very important.
Very big.
But our guest is with us now. We're going to introduce.
Excellent.
We're going to introduce Josiah George here.
So
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Josiah. Nice to have you on here.
Josiah, thanks for joining us, man.
Dave, West, how's it like over there? You guys packed?
It's actually a pretty good house over here. They actually have a big part of the back end reserved for a big party that's coming in later. So do you want to tell us about this party, David?
No. No, I don't. Because the description that the owners and the managers and people here were talking about earlier is not one that I'm going to share on a podcast that my wife watches.
It was a good description, but not
They're
necessarily
nurses.
family friendly.
There's going to be a
Hey,
crew
what
of
happens
nurses.
in Boston stays in Boston, you know?
Hey, Josiah, my current wife is watching this, so let's keep it clean.
That's all
We're
right.
about to talk about the East India Company. I don't know if we can do that.
Let's move on.
Yeah, so Josiah, tell us about the Boston Teaparty Ships and Museum. What's up with that?
Yeah, so we are located right in the middle of the Fort Point Channel. We're about a block from South Station. You can't miss us. A building in the middle of the water. We have two replica 18th century vessels representing two of the vessels that were involved in the destruction of the tea. We are open Thursdays through Mondays. Right now, hours are 10 to 4. We also have a tea room and a gift shop.
Yeah.
We're great.
So Josiah, we have a question that's already come in, and it's a very important one. And the viewer wants to know whether you have chamomile tea.
I believe in the gift shop we do.
So the funny,
Up in our tea room, we actually serve the 5 teas that were destroyed during the Boston Tea Party. So we like to say that you get a chance to taste history.
yeah,
Taste-
so
I like it.
So here's a cool thing. So you're actually joining us, and we appreciate your time. You're joining us in the middle of a presentation. You're actually showing a video right now to a group of people, and you're going to have to
Yeah.
jump off and go back to this
Yeah.
presentation. So what's that all about? What are you doing today?
So we are celebrating the 248th anniversary of the Boston Tea Party. So if you didn't know what happened here in December with you guys there and us doing our thing, we always say we wish they would have thrown the tea in a nice balmy May.
Exactly.
We are here and we are celebrating the anniversary virtually. And we hope to get back to here in a couple years on the 250th anniversary.
Yes.
Big time, a large-scale reenactment right here in the Fort Point
Excellent.
Channel.
And you know what? We're going to talk to you about that later.
Yeah,
we want to
we're-
join you for that.
Actually, I want to talk to you about that
Yeah.
a little bit right now, because one of the things that everybody can do, get your butts to Boston. Go to the Boston Teaparty Ships and Museum.
Yeah.
And when you check out, because they got a really cool shop, when you check out, they're going to ask you if you want to round up. Now, the answer to that question is yes.
So when you round up, what does that go to, Josiah?
That goes to help the funds that for us to put on this free event. Prior to the pandemic, we were doing it annually. We would see as many as 2,500 people, 2,200 people on the waterfront.
That's a good crowd.
And it's a 3-tiered event, one of the largest scale moving theatrical events in the country, between Old South Meeting House and us down here on the waterfront. But yeah, your few cents goes to help pay for security on the waterfront. We have professional lighting and sound. Think of it like a historical stunt spectacular here on the water.
That's incredible. I can't wait to see that when that comes back.
For those who aren't absolute Disney fans on the stunt spectacular front there, that is a Disney reference, by the way. So Josiah is actually is quite a large Disney fan as well. Being from California, he's a Disneyland fan.
Yes.
And we talked briefly about that. So give us a little bit of the history. Tell us what you're sharing with the folks every year about what led up and the basically the actions of the Tea Party.
There are a lot of details, especially in the lead up, that led to this whole thing that I don't think a lot of people realize.
Oh yeah, I mean all of this. I mean you guys are focused on business. And really, that's what this comes down to.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, get ready, everybody.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Josiah George.
In the early 1770s, right, 18th century, 1770s, tea consumption is on the rise in the American colonies. And the East India Company is in a state of financial decline. It's not the first time. And this go around, they're actually on the verge of bankruptcy. And they've already been bailed out before from Parliament. But with the passage of the Tea Act of 1773, the East India Company has been given special privileges that is going to ease their financial stress. And I'll just input here, some parliamentary members are also board members of the United East India Company. Throwing that out there.
So what we can take away from that, the world has not changed at all.
No, and that's what's really fantastic. And being able to tell this story to people from all over the world, you get to see some things really never changed.
Yes.
The struggle is true. So the company, to respond to the demand of tea, they've been ordering all of this tea from China. That's where tea is coming from at this point in time. And they now have over 17 million pounds of tea stockpiled in their London warehouses. So Parliament goes to the East India Company with their financial issues, and the company says, hey, bail us out. They say no. But tell you what, we'll let you sell the tea directly to the American colonies duty-free. You're going to cut through all the red tape. You're going to slash the price, cutting out the competition, and you're going to be able to push your product. So the Tea Act actually makes this tea cheaper in this process.
Okay.
And that's one of the misconceptions that we try to correct here in the museum. People think, the taxes were too high, and so the colonists responded and dumped the tea into the harbor. No, the tax on the tea and the price of the tea is actually cheaper than all other tea on the colonial market.
So what really, twisted the colonists the wrong way? Was it the fact that the East India Company's tea was the only tea that could be provided to the colony? Was it the fact that the tea that was being provided was on the edge of expiration, kind of older, inferior tea?
Yes. So some of the tea, and some people knew about that. That was like one of those things that you're reading about in rumors. Actually, just before leading up to the Tea Party a few weeks before, somebody put that in a newspaper saying did we tell you it's rotten tea?
That might have been just rhetoric, right?
Right. Some of it's true, some of it is just rhetoric. But you see, this tax on the tea, it's not a new tax. it's a residual tax from the Townsend Acts. All right, remember that? American history? Remember that in grade school?
Sure.
Hearing about the Townsend Acts? The Townsend Acts taxes glass, lead, paint, paper, and tea. And of course, the colonists responded. There was revolt, there was rioting, there was also non-importation and non-consumption efforts. And so Parliament responded by repealing the Townsend Acts, but left this tax on tea, 3 pence per pound. And it didn't go away. So with the passage of the Tea Act, it merely reinforced that.
Sure. So
now, yeah, go ahead.
No, so that 3-cent increase is really sort of the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah, it became a protest in principle, really. Now you might say, like, well, where does the tax go, right? The taxes collected are not going back into the community, I'll tell you that. And they were intended to pay the royally appointed officials here in the colonies. And that didn't sit well with most Bostonians. Even some loyalists.
Yeah, totally. So tell us about the Sons of Liberty and the local area that they were living in.
So the Sons of Liberty really started as a precursor by this group called the Loyal Nine. And that's a quiz, how many members were part of the group called Loyal Nine. And they get together, they're one's a printer, one's a distiller, they're businessmen.
Tell me more about this distiller.
Mr. Chase Distillery. So they get together, and this is at the time of the passage of the Stamp Act. And that's where they're taxing the paper. You have to affix a stamp, make sure you paid for it. Okay, fine. But they get together, and they actually rally some very rough individuals over at the Liberty Tree. And that results in the Stamp Act riots.
So the Stamp Act. So the Stamp Act, that was basically every paper document. If tell me if I'm wrong. Every paper document needed to be stamped by officials of the British government, and there were taxes associated with that. So it'd be everything from official documents to playing cards, right?
Exactly, and that affects the different stratosphere of people in Boston, right? Mm-hmm. So the rope workers, the dock workers, they're really not going to be affected, except maybe those playing cards and dice. But if you're an attorney or a printer, then you're going to be using a lot of that paper and needing to pay that tax.
Yeah. So there were a lot more aspects to this than just the 3-cent tea tax.
Yeah,
that sort of led to this revolution.
And that's what I mean. And there's it's sad to say again. We talked about this a little bit ago. The world hasn't changed. There's so many things that we get this part. It's what do they call it in the newspaper? Bury in the lead, things like that.
Yeah.
Oh, this is what you're calling it, but really, if you read the whole story, there's a lot more to it. And I love history, and I'm sitting here learning. I'm like, oh wow, yeah, okay, yeah. I did not know about the exemption of the East India Trading Company. Did not know about that until tonight.
So to my understanding, the East India Trading Company was the only tea that was allowed imported into the United States.
Yeah, so that's the other part of this Tea Act. To make matters worse, in each of the American port towns receiving the tea, the East India Company was able to choose its own merchants for selling the tea. So it wasn't an open market. They chose loyalist merchants.
Well, sure.
In Boston specifically,
and you would.
The prominent tea merchant was chosen. Some other guys that were prominent, and then I'll say 2 of the sons of the royal governor were also chosen as tea consignees.
Right. Keep that money in the family.
So, yeah, got to keep it all in the family. And the other gentlemen, Benjamin Faneuil Jr. and Peter, who's nephew to Peter Faneuil, and the other tea consignee, Joshua Winslow, they're all related by marriage.
Okay.
So it was this tight-knit little family that cut out other merchants like John Hancock, John Rowe.
So tell me if I'm correct. After the Boston Tea Party, imports from the East India Trading Company were completely halted. That was the last shipment in the United States from the East India Trading Company. Is that correct?
Yes.
And then after that, so apparently leading up to that, if you ordered tea in a restaurant or a tavern or whatever, you were considered you were known to be a loyalist. And if you ordered coffee, you were considered to be a loyal colonial. Is that correct, or is that apocryphal?
People were really drinking a lot, but
we know about drinking a lot.
Everyone was having their cup of tea. Some people were drinking cider. Some people were drinking ale. There were coffee houses, in fact, in Boston, so that was also a thing. If you had some money, you'd also be drinking chocolate. But tea was the most popular beverage.
So how true is it that the Sons of Liberty met at the Green Dragon Tavern to plan the events that led up to the Boston Tea Party? Is that so? Some of this is sort of theoretical, right?
Yeah. So I mean, over the years, the myths about the Sons of Liberty have kind of grown. We know that there were some Freemasons involved in the destruction of the tea. And yes, the Green Dragon in Tavern would have been a spot where people would frequent. And there was a whole stratosphere of people involved as participants in the destruction of the tea. And so, really, these people would have been meeting at the Green Dragon. Now, we do know that they were also meeting over at the printing offices of Eads and Gill. We also know that, how about this? You remember committees of correspondence? It's like the colonial group chat. And they were having meetings in Boston as well. And when they were writing down what their meeting minutes were, they basically said nothing to report.
Right.
Yet the meeting went on for an entire afternoon, through the night, and into the next morning. You're telling me they're just sitting around, not talking about anything during the tea crisis?
Exactly.
You know, Josiah, I was a secretary for a Masonic lodge, and according to my records, there were a lot of nights when there was no business to report.
I have no doubt.
No business.
So there's that. And when you talk about this plan, right, to destroy the tea, I love this part. This is where you say, this is one of America's greatest kept secrets.
Oh.
Nowhere.
Wait. Before we go into this.
Yeah.
Does Nicolas Cage know about this secret?
Yes. If Nicolas Cage goes running down the street, I'm going to freak out.
Well, we're going to have to find it in the leg of a desk or something like that.
Exactly.
All right.
Which I've got an anecdote about that. But there is nowhere anywhere are the plans for the destruction of the tea. And these guys, they said they would keep an oath till the end of their days. And it really wasn't until some of them where the participants were like 80 years old did they start to talk about it. And then those stories were printed. So there are a handful of first-person accounts.
I think we're live again. And we should be hypothetically live.
Are we live? I'm checking my email.
I don't trust it yet. Look, there are gremlins in the machine today.
Yeah, it is absolutely not wanting to cooperate with us.
Nothing. Our audio right now, just today, our soundboard decided to go out. Our cables leading to our mics decided to go out. My computer is not cooperating, and we are live right now. So anybody who tunes back in, thank you.
Yes. It looks like we're bringing some of it back. All right. So we know Josiah, and again, we cannot thank him enough. It is, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this. This is the Boston Tea Party, and I want to make sure I get their name right. Boston Tea Party Ships and Museum. I'll put up here so you guys can see the logo. You got to get out here. You got to support these guys.
They do great work. So he said under normal circumstances, they put on a whole reenactment.
Yeah, a whole reenactment of this thing. And they have security that guards the waterfronts. And it goes from X location to Z location. We can't offer a bigger thank you for carrying on history than than just going there, buying a $10 box of tea, which, hey, you got tea.
Right.
In a pretty cool little box.
But the work they do about keeping this history alive is incredible. Because when you come to Boston, the history in this city is amazing. amazing. Especially the electrical wiring that screws up all of our equipment is amazing. But
now all of a sudden, so Shannon Black, thanks for bringing that up. He's like, we're sharing government secrets and they're shutting us up.
It's true. Look,
it's conspiracy.
It's what it is.
All right, so before we go any further, because I want to just talk about some of the cool stuff. All right, you all know we love beer. I've been drinking. Excuse me, on tap. Shipping out of Boston. It's a it's an amber lager. Absolutely delicious. I've had it on a show before, but out of a bottle. I've never had it drafted. It's absolutely phenomenal. I can't wait to have it again. But the Boston Teaparty Ships and Museum, they have some pretty cool.
They have really cool stuff in their gift shop.
T-shirts in there. So this is one that's got a picture of.
And this is a real quote from Benjamin Franklin, by the way.
Yes. So this is, and they've got a few items in there that you can get this on.
What's the quote?
It says, "Beer is proof that God loves us and wants us to be happy."
Benjamin Franklin said this. That is one of my all-time favorite quotes.
Would be on the Underdog journey today if he weren't dead several hundred years ago.
I think we can still get him.
I usually say where there's a Dave, there's a way, but I think even my talents. Now this shirt,
this is a cool shirt.
This is the one I was like, oh, I'm buying that shirt.
Yeah.
Now don't get me wrong, the Benjamin Franklin thing with a beer quote, that's pretty cool. This shirt come along, and I'm walking through, I'm like, oh, that one's going home with Fat Dave. That is all there is to it.
Look at this shirt.
It is the Patriots.
You remember Reservoir Dogs?
Reservoir Dogs kind of look to it. Reservoir Dogs kind of look to it. It's freaking phenomenal. Now, what's more important is, we're talking reasonably priced.
Yeah, how much? So, and we're not trying to shill their stuff here. Like, they actually have cool stuff in their gift shop, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, yes. But so when you walk in and say, what got both of us? We both. Yes, I'll have another.
Yeah, please.
Yes. Another. Huzzah. So actually, they do have a huzzah shirt there as well. But anyway, so when you walk through the doors, there's all these tea sets.
And we both walk into the gift shop.
And my dumb ass goes, why in the
Why are there like teapots everywhere?
Why are there so many tea? Oh
yeah.
The tea party.
It took a second.
It literally, when I walked in, I was like, oh my God. I can't believe it just did that.
I kind of wanted to buy a teapot. I kind of wanted to buy one.
So, well, he also asked if we wanted to go skating holding hands in the park. And then there was this.
There was the
horse-drawn carriage as well.
Yeah, it's been a very romantic afternoon here.
Yes,
in Boston
it's been great
for David
here.
And
this late afternoon has made some interesting things.
Yeah, we had brunch. We had brunch, and then we had a nice walk near the park and did some shopping.
Yep. So anyway, you can go to the Boston Teaparty. No brunch. No brunch.
No, it was a bro lunch. It was a brunch.
It's a bro. Did you just use the word bro?
Bro.
Bruh.
We're not cool enough. I'm getting text right now saying stop saying bruh.
Yeah. So I say it to my son all the time, like, dude, I will cut you. Anyway, really cool T-shirts there. I got a couple of them while I was there. Got the luxury Boston breakfast.
I'm going to drink, so I got a box of this.
Are you in the market? Are you in the market for tea that you could dump in the harbor? Look no further than the Boston Teaparty Ships and Museum Luxury Boston Breakfast Tea. Tea that qualifies for proper revolution.
So, speaking of revolution, we actually need to talk about the ads that we placed, the promo videos that we tried to make for this.
So I know all of you guys out there, Elon Musk included, who's a huge fan of our show, and I actually asked Jim Hetfield from Metallica to give us a call tonight. He hasn't called me back yet, but I'm waiting on it. He's 3 hours behind out there, so he's pretty busy.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that works out. So you guys, you've seen we put 2 promo videos out.
Somebody's out to stop us. That's what's happening right now.
Well, one of those promo videos, the first, there's a reason there's 2.
Yeah, go to our Facebook page and look for the first promo video that I made.
So yeah, there's a reason there's 2 promo videos.
Mm-hmm.
The reason is.
Well, the reason is, so I made this promo video. It's about a minute long, and I talk about the history of the Boston Tea Party.
I'm out of beer.
And I talk about the fact that so many revolutionary colonists met at the Green Dragon Tavern that British officials started calling this place a den of treason. Started calling this place a den of treason. So I said, hey, of course the Underdog Journey is going to be there because we got to talk about this. And I think it might have been the fact that I used the word treason. I don't know, but we tried to boost the post as an advertisement, as an ad, and the ad was rejected by Facebook.
But why?
Because it said it had political subjects that could influence an election. It is not election season, Facebook.
And anybody who ever watches our podcast, yes, thank you so very much.
Nice.
So anybody who watches our podcast knows that we try to avoid
we do not talk politics.
Anything political at all. And yet Facebook's algorithm said, you be quiet.
This one video could affect elections.
Yes.
So I made another video, and I was afraid, I was actually afraid after I posted the second video that it would also get rejected because I used the word Tea Party.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You can't talk about anything right now because everything is politically charged.
Yeah, it's
If my
tough.
daughter were to have a tea party in our playroom, it might get flagged by Facebook.
Yeah, well, I guarantee it's getting flagged for review, and whether it gets pushed back or rejected or reduced in propagation, that's a whole different story.
Right.
But you guys have heard many times of us say, unless your business is politics, a 25-cent word coming up here, stay the hell out of politics.
Yes, if your business is not politics, keep your business out of politics.
Yes.
And that is true all around, which is why we don't talk politics. But that's also what makes this really difficult to talk about business, because business is so heavily tied to everything that's politically charged right now, which is literally everything.
I'm getting text messages. Let's see if they're important.
So yeah, let's check text messages on our live stream from Boston, Massachusetts. Anything good?
Yes,
I got a spam phone call.
Actually, no. Josiah would like to say thank you guys very much, and
Josiah.
he had a great time on the show, and it's a great show.
I want to, you know what? I wish we had more time here. I'd like to just hang out with Josiah.
Yeah, I wish we could. I wish we did.
Yeah.
I wish we did actually have more time in Boston.
Just to,
because I'm in Boston.
Yeah.
But I still had work to get done.
Here's what we got to do. Here's what we got to do. Next year, we got to come back. So this year is the 200.
Not next year. The year after.
Well, hang on. Well, I'm leading up to it.
It's ladies and gentlemen, a build-up's coming.
I'm building up to it, ladies and gentlemen.
We can't touch the mics and bring them to us. By the way,
I'm not touching anything because this place is possessed.
Yes,
it's pozzatskied. So this year is the 248th anniversary of the Boston Tea Party. Next year is the 249th anniversary of the Boston Tea Party. We need to come back next year to continue the relationship with Josiah and the Boston Tea Party ships in the museum.
The Green Dragon.
The following year, 2023, will be the 250th anniversary of the Boston Tea Party. And we need to be here to make it happen, because clearly it can't happen without us and our superior technology.
Yes. Well, in those 10 minutes running up as everything started to just go, you know what, I'm done. We were sitting there going, all right, it's time to upgrade some equipment. So we will be making some investment into the Underdog Journey. We will be getting a new soundboard, microphones. We might go lavalier. We might go cardioid.
We have to upgrade our equipment. We have to.
Yeah, so we are going to be upgrading the equipment.
I do want to apologize to everybody for the terrible audio when Josiah was on. I want to apologize to Josiah for the bad audio. He deserved much better. He's a great guy.
I think once we're back into our normal world, I think I would like to invite him back on.
Yes.
So that he can come in, and then in our normal state, which is now him in Columbus, Ohio, me in New York, we don't have the soundboard. We don't have the sound issues.
Yeah.
So we could have Josiah on, because I actually want to hear more of this story.
Yeah.
Because I got to tell you, I'm a history guy.
Yeah, we are history nerds. I'm nerding out over this whole place. Everybody who knows me can tell you I have always wanted to come to the Green Dragon.
Yeah, I've been here, and I love it. And so, I mean, but I did not know that the East India Trading Company was exempted from the 3% tax.
Right.
So you're always told, when I say told, I'm going to, yeah, go ahead.
We got a band coming in, by the way.
Yeah, we got a band coming in. So we have, we've always been told, or taught, is the word I'm going to use here, taught, that we did this in revolt to a 3% tax increase.
Yeah, there was so much
and
more.
that's what you're taught. And guess what, guys? That's wrong. We revolted because there was a 3% tax increase, and then a certain company was given exemption, and then sole rights to sell.
There was so much more involved, and the Stamp Act on top of that.
Yes.
And here's look, we're a business podcast, but it's all business related.
Yes, very business. It's very integrated with business, very much so.
Yeah, and here's something that I wanted to bring up. Maybe we'll bring this up the next time we talk to Josiah. Was the fact that he talked about the 9 main leaders of the Sons of Liberty.
Yeah.
They weren't just Joe Blow farmer from down the street who got fed up. No, these are leaders of industry. And what I wanted to lead into is great things happen from the top down. It's all about great leadership.
Yes.
And man, when Josiah comes back on with us, we're gonna have an amazing conversation.
I think we're going to invite him on again.
Yes, we need to.
I will reach out to him tonight and say,
Yeah.
hey, can we get you coming week? So we would love to. We'd love to continue the story.
Yeah, it's
We'd love
an
to continue
amazing
the story.
Again,
So.
I haven't seen Nicolas Cage yet.
Well, I mean, this truck was.
Well,
there
the truck-
was
the-
this.
the
I
truck
kept
is
seeing him. I kept seeing him. This weird dude on the phone out there. He was He was almost as animated as I am when I'm speaking. Out there on. It was
Well,
kind of
did he
on
look
your
mad
side.
or happy?
I was going to start pointing at him out there and just. The only reason I didn't was because Josiah was on,
Yeah.
and I wanted people listening to Josiah as much as possible.
Did he look mad or happy?
If
If he looked mad, maybe he's the one who's screwing with our audio.
He looked drunk.
He might have been screwing with our audio, or he might have been a fan of the
been-
Look,
might
he was
have
drunk.
been drunk.
He might have been a fan of the show. That's
Might
all
have
I
been a
gotta
fan of the show, indeed. So, where are we at? We've had a couple people say hi. Hi, Laura Black.
Yeah, so by the way, our live studio audience isn't with us today. My
Oh.
kids back in Columbus, Ohio, said good night, David.
Yeah, good night. Good night, Mr. Lachlan.
They usually like to come on and say hi to everybody.
And Goog says, that's my daddy.
Goog. So my daughter, whose name is Catherine, when she was born, my son was 2, and he couldn't say Catherine. He was still learning how to talk well, right? Speak well. So
Just like you.
just like me, exactly.
You can't talk well.
So instead of saying Catherine, we called her Googie Baby, and Googie turned into Goog, and now she's Goog.
Ah.
So when she introduces herself to people like at school, she says I'm Goog, and I have a feeling people have no idea what is happening.
So our neighbor, they had a little girl named Kennedy, and I didn't call her Kennedy. I call her K-Dog. So
Very cool.
She goes into kindergarten, first grade, or whatever it was, and the lady goes, and your name is? She's, my name is Kennedy, but they call me K-Dog.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is score 1 for Dave.
Yeah. You know what? And because of that, that's going to follow her the rest of her life.
Heck yeah. So we just shipped out,
Which is awesome.
because she's back in Columbus, we just shipped out a stuffed porcupine, and I put on the shipping label K-Dog. Now, speaking of shipping labels, and
I knew this was gonna come up.
I think she might be watching. I'm not sure.
I knew this
So,
was gonna come
Jennifer Coulson.
Jenny Cal. He
if
knows
you're
your
on-
name, by the way.
Yeah, I got it. Well, it was Jenny or Jennifer. I think she goes by Jennifer. I don't know.
Jennifer.
Anyway, Jenny Coulson, who you guys have from people who've watched the show, she has the leisure bus outfit that she's putting together for her family to go out on travel. The mistake that she made is when I said, is this going to be for business or leisure? Leisure,
She
which
replied for pleasure.
So
it became. So for those of you who've heard, this is where Jenny's pleasure bus came from.
yeah, so Jenny's Pleasure Bus has been an ongoing, absolutely hysterical joke with us. And I just shipped something down to...
And she said she's here, so Jenny Carlson,
Yep.
thank you for joining us from the pleasure bus.
So-
and one of these days, we actually want to do a show live from your pleasure bus. Can I say that? Can I say that on Facebook? Did I just lose Facebook again? It's okay. I think my current wife left the show already. I don't think she's watching anymore.
We'd love to shoot a video in the back of your Pleasure Bus.
You're right. It sounds much worse than I thought it did. I apologize.
And over here.
It sounds
Oh, I'm
much
dying
worse
over
than
here.
I thought it did.
So no, I shipped the thing down there for her, and I put on it Jenny's Pleasure Bus, care of Jenny Colson.
On the shipping label.
On the shipping label, had to do it. The guy is I'm at the postal place, the post office.
The post office. You know, the postal place where you send the mail.
The postal place where you put the mail and to do the thing.
The office where you do the postal stuff.
My wife sends shit all the time, like constantly, and we'll go back to the porcupine here in a minute. But send stuff just nonstop, and I'm just not that. I put things in a mailbox, I lift a little flag on the side, and they just do what they do with it.
Yeah.
So I go there, and I've got this label cut out. And this guy, actually, I got an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. It's just printed out. I was going to tape the whole damn thing to it.
By the way, my current wife is still watching. I love you.
So he loves you and wants you to be part of the Pleasure Bus video.
Current wife, if you want to come on the Pleasure Bus with us... We'll talk later. It's getting dark. It's getting dark.
We'll both have divorce letters by the time we get home. So I'm going there, and the guy, the postmaster general, whatever the hell his name is, Steve, is there, and he wants to cut this out. He cuts out from me and my address, everything. He tapes it to the box, and then he cuts out the other part. And he's not thinking anything, and he puts it on there. He tapes it to the box, and he starts reading because he's got to type in where this thing's going. And he starts reading Jenny's Pleasure Bus, and then he looks at me. Looks down at the box. He looks up at me. He looks down at the box. He looks up at me. He looks down at the box. And he starts giggling as he looks up at me and he looks down at the box. He's about to lose all cool that this guy has ever had. It took everything in his professional being not to absolutely just lose it. Because he was giggling like a schoolgirl. Yes.
You made that guy's day.
So it was just a set of headphones.
Hey, Kelly Clay, how's it going? Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Kelly, thanks for joining us out here. We're live at the
Green Dragon Tavern in Boston, Massachusetts.
Yeah, that's where we're at.
To celebrate the 248th anniversary of the Boston Teaparty. This is the place where they planned the Boston Teaparty. And we're here on the anniversary of the Boston Teaparty. It's incredible. I still can't believe we're here. I'm nerding out on so many levels.
So Kirsten loves to say, Jenny says, "Hi, Kirsten. Sorry."
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry too.
So it's been, so on our way over here. Oh, yeah. All right. Anybody who knows me outside of my business life. I love my hometown, Columbus, Ohio. Well, actually, my hometown's like Chesapeake, Ohio.
You have lots of hometowns right now.
I got a lot of hometowns. Okay,
yeah.
So I'm claiming Chesapeake, Ohio, or Huntington, West Virginia, depending on which way you want to look at it. Same area, in case you don't know. Yes, that's where Marshall is. And no, we did not chant "We Are Marshall" into that damn movie. Then I got Columbus, Ohio, which is, that's really my home. I spent my most time there, and that's where, I really have some roots. I got Central Ohio. I got Syracuse, which is it's actually kind of lowest on the list, which is where I actually live.
It's where you currently live, yeah.
It's where the house is. It hasn't really become the home yet, and the thing. And then Boston. I gotta tell you, anybody who talks to me for 5 minutes knows I freaking love this city. Absolutely love the city. So when I got this city in my territory, and I was able to travel over here as much as I want. It's great. So we discovered a place last night that is phenomenal. And if you get out here, they have a sale going on. It's the Boston Cigar Club.
Oh, you guys, everybody watching, everybody listening, live or on the replay, Google Boston Cigar Club. This is a cool place. If I lived locally, I would totally buy a membership. Now, you don't need a membership to go in, but when you have a membership, you get rooms reserved, you get a locker. It is a cool place. They have pipes, cigars.
They got hookahs.
They got hookahs if you like a hookah.
Yeah, I don't even know what it is. But I looked at it, I'm like, no. But, that's whatever. But they have some great cigar selection. It's a really good place. So get over here.
Come to Boston. Google. There's so much cool stuff.
Absolutely come to Boston.
We have private security over here watching us. Thank you, by the way.
Got our back and got me a beer. So got my back, got my beer.
Look,
I'm in good hands out here.
I've always wanted to come to the Green Dragon, and this is so much more than I expected. I'm actually glad our audio is working right now. I'm trying not to touch anything.
Yeah, don't touch a damn thing
because this place is possessed.
Yeah, we don't know what's going on with it, but while we're out talking with other people, and so the people from the Boston Cigar Club actually want us to come and do one of our shows from their location.
Yeah.
Now, we'll have to work out travel arrangements and everything to make this happen.
We'll make this happen.
But we will make this happen. The Boston Cigar Club, and they have a membership program there that is the bee's knees.
You said you might get a membership just to bring clients there.
I might get a membership just to take clients there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Worth it run. While we're there, just sitting there chatting with the owner's nephew of all people,
right?
Who the owner we met last night.
Yeah, we were hanging out with him.
We did it again today. We meet one of the co-founders of C3 Aero. Guy's name's Will Kamens. Kamens? Other side. Kamens, yeah, I got it right. Yeah, so C3 Aero.
Yeah.
This business is cool.
This sounds really cool. Tell us about their model here.
Well, we are talking about... We're talking about
we're going to have them on the show very soon.
Yeah,
too.
so we're gonna work on getting him on the show as well, and pushing his thing, because hopefully one of these days I fit his avatar.
Right.
I got a long way to go before I get into this guy's avatar, and it's a goal.
He's dealing with
a
very
goal
high
now.
clientele.
We're talking a niche market that really provides a great margin and a absolutely wonderful experience. The guy made a comment about a specific training facility, and I'm not going to say the name of it because I don't know whether he wants it out there or not.
Yeah, we'll wait to give major details.
To give major details for him. And I went giving the location of it and all the stuff that was there and who they're near and the business people that are right there with it. And his eyes light up. He's like, "Oh my God, this guy actually kind of knows his stuff."
Yeah, he's in aviation aerospace. And the funny thing is we actually knew some of the organizations he was associated with, and some of the people he's associated with were like, and he was just like amazed that two random people sitting at a bar smoking cigars knew exactly who and what he was talking about.
Yeah, and what he is doing is phenomenal. I honestly, I don't want to go into too much because I want him to talk about it.
That's true.
I really want him to talk about it.
Yeah.
But we are talking about, and you guys have heard of us talk about creating your avatar and then creating your anti-avatar. This guy has such a good grasp, even if he doesn't know it.
Right.
On his avatar. Now, he may not have a grasp on his anti-avatar.
See, I don't think he necessarily knows the idea of a customer profile or avatar, but I think he knows his business so well.
Yes.
He understands what he's looking for.
And he's young.
And he's
23.
He looks 23.
He looks 16. What are you talking about?
He didn't say 23.
He is 23 years old.
He said 43.
No, he's 23.
I thought he said 43.
No.
Are you sure?
You're 40 fucking 5 or whatever.
I'm 57,
Crap, we got to beat
by the
that
way.
out. We can't leave that in there.
I'm 57, by the way. I turned off my beat button. We don't have beat. I got reverb. We can turn on some
Wait.
reverb.
Boop. All right, moving on. So no, you're old. He's not. He's 23 years old. The guy is 23 years old. Been doing it. I'm right. He's wrong. We all know how this works out and plays out. So, all right. $1 gentleman's wager. Oh, wait, are we really going to pinky promise on
Yes.
All right, there we go.
I'll bet you
$1.
I'll bet you some Blantons.
Okay, one thing of Blantons.
I'll
All right,
bet you
great.
Blantons.
All right, so 23 or 43, we'll find out later. If you guys see a post with me with a bottle of Blant or with a glass of Blantons like this.
I'm not buying you a bottle of Blantons. I'm keeping the bottle of Blantons. You can have a glass.
So if you see me here in a little bit on the Underdog Journey or my personal Facebook page with a glass of Blantons, you'll know who is right.
And then he'll wonder why we're talking about his age live streaming on Facebook.
If you see West over there with a glass of Blantons, you'll know who was right.
And my current wife says, Bro and Pinky promises. Yikes. Kirsten, you missed it when we were talking about ice skating, holding hands, and going on the horse-drawn carriage ride together.
I had to call my wife and share that one with her. I call her out. She's like, "You two have a lovely time out there."
Hashtag ding-dongs. So
that was Kirsten. I thought Matt Harmon had maybe jumped on.
I know. So Kirsten Clay asked, "What is the coolest thing you've encountered in Boston?" The history. The history.
The history's cool, but
I'm a history nerd, so that's what I love.
The people are amazing.
Are you talking about people watching? People
yes.
watching. If you like people watching,
all right. Well,
it's next level.
It's both. All right. So the people here, I have yet,
everybody we spoke to is awesome. By the way,
is amazing.
The people here are great. Thank you. We're great.
No, I'll have another. We're not great. I'll do another.
I'm great.
He's slacking.
I'm actually doing some. I'm working here, and this guy is over here drinking, eating chicken fingers.
I was eating chicken fingers just before the show. Well, we hadn't eaten for I don't know, at least 20 minutes, and I'm like, crap, man, fat guy's got to eat.
We hadn't eaten since the last time we ate. Damn it,
Right.
I'm hungry. So
So Kristen wants to know where underdog Matt is. But anyway, I was saying, the people, everybody we've met here has been awesome.
yeah.
The people watching
Look,
is top notch. It is Disney World level people watching in here.
I think it's because it's a combination of you got the normal local people, you got good local, hardworking people, right? At the same time,
Americans.
this is like sort of an international city where you got people, just tourists coming in. You got people just coming in to see the hot spots. And sometimes there are tourists who come in who are interesting. They provide an interesting aesthetic. I'll put it that way.
The cigars. Okay,
Kelly
so
Clay asking about the cigars.
nice pull, Kelly. I like it. What is? I had a Davidoff. Is that it?
You had a Davidoff cigar.
And then the one I bought, I left it out in the car. I left the box. So the one I bought today,
That was a Camacho.
the Patriot or something like
Camacho Patriot, and that's a nice smoke. I believe it's a double Corona.
that. I don't know what that means, but it was delicious.
Yeah.
Its second and third were probably some of the better cigar I've had.
Yeah.
It's middle to its last third. For those of you in the cigar world, which wasn't me until just recently. So I'm rather a novice in the world of cigar and bourbons, but I'm on a heck of a freaking learning curve at the moment.
You're still young.
Well, and no offense to anybody in Central New York, your beer scene sucks.
Look, New York, get with it. Your beer scene sucks.
If it weren't for the branching out bottle shop there in I don't even know what I call it all Syracuse. In Syracuse, there by the Costco, if you know what I mean, and they get a lot of beers from a lot of places, a lot of craft beers. So if it weren't for that, So here's what I say. I've actually told you this.
So actually, the bottle shop you're talking about, in the new year, I fully expect to have Underdog Bones there. Now, the reason I've been holding off on getting, so when you sell dog, for those of you who don't know, I'm starting a dog treat business called Underdog Plus. If you go to underdogplus.com, I will send you a sample of these dog treats. Now, to actually be able to sell any place, you need to register and be approved by the Department of Agriculture in each individual state. Each one you need to apply and be approved and go through all the hoops and
And we discovered every protectorate as well.
Exactly.
Which Puerto Rico and Guam and a couple others.
Exactly. So and here's the thing.
Brewdog. All right. Kelly Clay just pulled out Brewdog on me.
We love Brewdog.
I got. I'm gonna high five West. Is that all right? So I'm gonna pretend it's Kelly. High five. All right. We love Brewdog.
We just high fived.
We just high fived. It happened. That just happened.
So when you're selling any kind of dog treats, dog food, it technically counts as animal feed. So you need to go through the Department of Agriculture. Now, the reason I've been holding off on getting approved for New York is because every state has different rules. And in New York, it goes by the approval is annual, and it goes by the annual calendar. So I need to wait till the very end of December or the very beginning of January.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
there's no reason to do it now. It's just going to expire.
Exactly.
It's going to expire calendar year 2021.
And here's the really crazy thing. If I were making food for people, it would be on the market nationwide right now. But the fact that it's considered animal feed makes it so much more difficult.
So it sounds to me like you should market this as sugar-free cookies for children.
AKA
and then
dogs.
Just only put pictures of dogs on it.
Which I'm curious.
Is sad.
I'm curious how long it would take me to get sued. Let's test that theory, shall we?
Let's not.
My current wife may or may not be rolling her eyes right now.
No, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go straight up. Your current wife is rolling her eyes right now. I'm gonna set the over under at 99%.
Yeah, I believe it. Jenny Calson said her dogs are still begging for some healthy treats. Jenny Calson, I don't have your home address. I don't have the address for Jenny's Pleasure Bus. David,
I do.
Me. So go to underdogplus.com. And I have a form right there. Just fill it out. I will see your information, and I will send you some dog
I can pull it
treats.
up right now and just tell you.
I'm trying to give information about how people can go to my site and sign up for dog
I get
treats.
this. I wanted her to panic for a moment that I was going to give her out her freaking address.
Oh, yeah, give it to me. Give it to me in the chat here so everybody can see.
So yeah, Brewdog. So Kelly Clay come back here and said Brewdog loves dogs. Yes, they do.
Brewdog is amazing. Is amazing. Brewdog is awesome.
You got to put your pinky up when you say amazing.
Amazing, darling.
It's amazing.
So Kelly, have you been to the Brewdog Doghouse Hotel in Canal Winchester? I think
it's Canal Winchester. Yeah, that's where they had the AGM there.
Yeah. So we've actually been there for their annual General Mayhem, which is basically when you buy equity for punks. There's sort of equity for annual event where they talk about the state of the business, and they have lots of free beer samples. And boy, I wish we were recording that because we were front and center.
We literally, actually not from the camera right now to here. That's how far we were from James Watt. Was it?
James Watt, one of the two founders of Brewdog,
and he's over there just. He's teenage girl Justin Bieber tweaking over there, right? And we walked out of there and we're doing we got our book signed from him.
Yeah, so as part of it you got a ton of free beer and a book. It was craft beer for geeks, I think it was called.
Yeah, something like that.
And they had all the books laid out. And the funny thing is we were the first couple that actually asked for autographs.
That's because I literally just walk up to him like, hey, dude, can I get you signed inside of this one?
Well, so tell them about what happened after. So after the AGM, when the owner is just trying to settle down and have a nice evening.
Yeah, he's just over there, and we're a couple tables over, and West again, freaking Justin Bieber tweaking out over there. Teenage girl tweaking out over Justin Bieber. However, whatever the math works out there, you know what I'm saying. So we're sitting over there, and I'm like, hey, let's just go chill with him. So I just get up and go walk over and start talking to him.
Right. So here's the thing. So
he's like, Dave's going to get us thrown out of here.
We're sitting at a booth, just having some food, trying to get some food in us after drinking all this beer all day long.
It was some delicious beer.
And we look behind us. Yeah, James Watt is sitting back there with the head brewer and the CEO of the company. And I'm like, oh my God, you know who's back there? He's like, yeah, I'll go over and have a drink. So he walks over like, Dave, you're going to get us kicked out of here. You're going to get us kicked out of here.
Did we get kicked out? Or did we party all night with James Watt?
It was actually pretty awesome. You're right.
We partied all night with James Watt. However, it was a great time. Unfortunately, I did ask the CEO at least 3 times what the hell he did.
It was a long night.
And what do you do here? He's like, I'm the CEO. It's like, oh, that's great. It's cool, dude. Blah, 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 blah. What is it you do? At least 3 times I asked this dude, what's he doing? He's a freaking CEO of a freaking Brewdog.
It was a fun night.
It was a great time.
Night. So Kelly Clay says, put up your site where you have the dog treats. And my current wife said www.underdogplus.com/journey. Now, /journey is where you get the information for this page. Kelly Clay, I will post the information to this. It is just underdogplus.com.
I'm typing in Pornhub.com.
No /journey. Underdogplus.com. I'll post that link soon when we're not actually trying to do stuff. I'm trying not to touch anything because our audio is apparently possessed by the ghosts of revolutionary past.
I like that. It's a good one. Here we go.
See, I'm good at this.
Jenny'sPleasureBus.com. Go to Jenny'sPleasureBus.com for all your pleasure bus needs.
Oh.
You need pleasure buses, pleasure buses.
And you literally put that in the comments.
I literally put that in the comments.
Yes.
It was a good time. It seemed like that was the time for the iron to strike, and the iron did stroke. Wait.
Nope.
Wait.
Nope. Robert Downey Jr., don't do it.
Pee Wee Herman, back off.
The show gets dark. The show gets dark
this is what happens.
Time of
day. It's only 8:18, and we started late, so we're just at now about an hour.
Oh, by the way.
The problem is we pre-gamed, and, even on the drive over, so we are literally
I'm glad you used the phrase pre-gamed on a business podcast.
Yes, indeed. So we were literally a mile away.
It took us an hour to drive a mile
in the
city.
It took us almost 30 minutes.
It felt like an hour.
To do that 1 hour.
Holy moly. By the way, if you come to Boston, get an Uber because driving in the city sucks.
Yeah, so Anna says our video's pausing in and out too.
Well, here's the thing. So it is. I promise you, part of the problem we were having earlier on with the terrible audio, and again, I apologize for that, is the poor electrics here because my laptop's been plugged in this entire time. My battery's almost dead, so we might get cut off very soon.
Yep. Okay. All right. Well, let's
Jenny Kelson says, David, it's on.
Bring it.
Jenny.
You, me, SummerSlam.
At some point, we need to do a show from the back of your leisure bus. Oh, and by the way, we keep talking about Jenny Calson and her bus. Actually, go to Instagram, look for Just Bussin' Around.
Yep, Just Bussin' Around.
Because she posts all her information about this
Yeah.
bus. And what it is, again, it's where you take like a bus.
A school bus.
Or
A
something
school
like
bus.
that.
So they call it
And you
like a
fix it up.
schoolie community or something like that.
Yeah, and you fix
I
it
think
up
they call
like
them
an
schoolies.
RV, and they're super
Yeah.
cool. Check it out, Just Bussin' Around on Instagram.
Yeah,
Very cool content.
it'll be a good time for you. In the meantime, before we get cut off here and you guys can't hear us, get your butts up. Get to Columbus, Ohio. Go see the Hofbrauer House. Thank them very much for all this.
Yes.
Shop at Little Sister Boutique, who actually is what brought in Jenny.
Yeah, you're right.
For the thing.
That's right.
So Jenny, Little Sister, Middle Sisters Boutique.
Not Little Sisters.
Middle Sisters Boutique. It's a travel bus boutique. Really cool to get into. Stop by the Crafty Pint in Central Ohio, who's allowed us to host from there. Go again back to the Hofbrauer House and drink some more because it's just that awesome and cool. Talk to all the people out there. Say Brandon, he's a ginger-headed chap, absolutely phenomenal. We got we have some great people over there. Get your butts up. Get yourselves out into your local communities.
Yeah.
And you know what? Everybody talks about giving back to their communities. It's not even a matter of giving back at this point. It's just a matter of getting out there into it.
You know what? I would say the best.
You are the community. Get out there and do it.
I'd say the best way you can give back is go out in your community, tip your servers. Tip your servers well, treat them well, because they deserve it. Because through all of the garbage of last year and what's been going on this year,
global plague sniffles to death.
They've been showing up. They've been putting in the time, and they deserve to be treated well.
They deserve that, and they deserve your attention. They deserve your gratitude. And you get out to Boston. Boston Teaparty Ships and Museum.
Yes.
Empty beer glass.
Yes.
We're going to be talking soon to C3, but definitely the Boston Cigar Club.
In addition,
oh my lord,
the Green Dragon Tavern
the
in Boston,
Green
Massachusetts.
Dragon. I wanted to end on Green Dragon. The Green Dragon here.
I can't believe we got to come to this. I'm so stoked. I can't wait to come back. I can't wait to come back.
You can drink your fancy ale.
You can drink it by the flagon.
But the only drink for the brave and true comes from the Green Dragon. Ah, yeah. Huzzah.
Exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Dave. He's been West.
And we've been possessed by the spirits of revolutionaries past. Luckily, we have good audio. We will see you next time.
Cheers, mate.
Out.
funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt full cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt full cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood.